What is up? What is up, everybody? It's Mike, and this is another Wrestling Babble podcast by Wrestling Inc. I am Mike. I'm joined by my tag partner, Louis Beans.
What is up? What is up?
A lot of catching up with wrestling, and a lot of good stuff going on. We got a new IC champ. We'll talk about that when we review Monday Night Raw. But first, we kick off our wrestling retrospect, and the pick was Carlito. Um, I'll put my first match up. This was like a you see, during this time there was a lot of bad and a lot of good in wrestling, and this is probably one of the things that make you scratch your head, but it was actually a funny match. um it was Hardcore Holly versus Carlito in a Trading Places match, as in they both came out to each other's theme. They both had a really bad wig on. I think Cody Rhodes was tag champs with Hardcore Holly at the time, because he came out with Hardcore Holly and he had the afro and the apple with him and all that stuff. The match itself was actually pretty funny. Carlito finds a way to cheat and win, and takes the win with he looked like Elroy Jetson with the wig on.
Is there any explanation for what happened?
From the video I have, they didn't really indicate why it happened. All I know is the GM announced it, and that was it. Like, Lillian Garcia announced that it is a Trading Places match. Carlito came out to Hardcore Holly's theme and his gear, I think with Santino Morella, and then Hardcore Holly came out with Carlito's gear, and Cody Rhodes was with him.
And at that point, who was the GM?
I don't remember. There's a chance that it was the robot that Michael Cole talked to.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's definitely something I missed.
Yeah, but he had the whole blonde wig and all that shit. That was actually pretty funny. So
Mhm.
there you go. That's my first one.
Okay, the first match I have is Carlito versus Viscera, aka Big Daddy V.
This man, he
This
was in the
is
big.
December 4, 2006, and this is Raw.
This was when he was like in the whole big ass pajamas.
Yes, that is
Okay.
his look. Um, The only thing I could say that was different was Carlito came out with what's her name, Tori Wilson,
Yeah.
and the match was very short, very short. But the only thing I could say that stood out was the commentary. The King just had jokes after jokes. He says, he says, milk does a body good. How much milk do you think Tori drinks? Um, then he goes, oh my God, Viscera must have the only bathtub with stretch marks.
That's fucked up.
Um, let's see. Where's there's another one. Um, let's see. There's when Tori had a wardrobe malfunction, the king starts going crazy, and then you hear Jr. go, "Tori looks nothing like Janet Jackson." Topical. Uh, it's just a bunch of just silly commentary to go along with a very short match.
Yeah.
Carlito does win with the distraction from Tori. But it's so stupid. Viscera is huge,
Yeah.
and Carlito beats him with like a moonsault, which is kind of like the basically the lion salt,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Oh
That's it.
wow.
That's it. And he runs out. So it's very silly. The only reason you want to watch it is for commentary. So there you
Okay.
go.
All right. My next match is was part of April 16th, 2007, Monday Night Raw. Guess this was probably a week after WrestleMania. Your tag team champions are the world's greatest tag team, and they are fighting Ric Flair and Carlito. This match actually actually is pretty good, but there was a lot of like cheating between Tori Wilson's with them as well. She's in the as a valet, but Ric Flair is also the dirtiest player in the game, and then you also have Carlito doing his shit. And the funny thing is, I think they were being cheered as a babyface, as the greatest tag team were the heels of this match, and it was the babyfaces that cheated most of the whole match, and they would actually take the win and actually take the tag team championships. So Ric Flair and Carlito are the Raw tag team champions.
I remember, weren't they the bad guys because of Kurt Angle?
Yeah, but I think this is after. I think they split after Mania. Because Charlie Haas also didn't look like when he was in World Greatest Tag Team. He kind of had like blonde hair and different gear.
Okay, okay. Let's see. The next one I have is Carlito versus Abyss. This is called Anniversario 2011 WWC. If you would like to see the matches on Balladron 514 on YouTube, is pretty much uh handheld cam, but it's like it's funny because it's clearly somebody taping the show for the promotion, but they don't have a stand, a
Yeah,
tripod to put the camera on. So it's a little wonky. But the match itself is pretty solid. The funny thing though is in the beginning of the match, Carlito goes for a springboard and he eats shit. He does not have those. So there's that. There's a he's actually like giving Abyss a run for his money, and so much so that I can't tell who the promoter is, or Abyss's manager on the outside, but he's not by himself.
yeah,
It's a guy with a hat. It's very blurry, but that guy starts cheating for Abyss. He pulls out a table to try to get that involved in the match. Carlito ends up going through the table. Funny, I don't know what type of match this is. I guess it's just anything goes.
yeah.
And then you get to about maybe about a minute from the end, and then Abyss goes into his black bag of tricks, and you know what that means, thumbtacks. And so he sets him up, tries to go for, I guess, a superplex, and Carlito reverses it into, I think it's a sunset bomb. Abyss is down. Carlito dives on him, gets the pin, gets thumbtacks in his hand,
Ow.
gets one, two, three, and he wins.
Nice.
And the entire time, it sounds like a soccer game because people are just honking horns and blowing into those things at the game, those beep, 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 the entire time.
Yeah. All right. My final match. They were actually tag team champions in WWE, but this is later on. This is 9/01 2012. This is Carlito Colon versus Chris Masters in Crossfire Wrestling, McMinnville, Tennessee. That's where they're at. It looks like a gym. I think it is a gym. But this is Carlito. I think he left WWE for quite some time after this. Like he was out, I think 2009 or 2010. So he was out for a bit. A bit heavier, but still wrestling the same kind of style. They go at it. They actually go at it like it was like their last match and shit, because they really beat the crap out of each other in front of this crowd. And Chris Masters catches him with the master lock, and he whacks him with the apple from the corner, and then he takes the win. So Carlito wins this match. That damn apple. Anyway,
Yes, sir. And the last one I have is Carlito versus Eddie Kingston. And it just says Dark Match 2011. The promotion, it says, I don't think it actually says it here, but it is on John TV YouTube.
nice.
So I'm not 100% sure if this is also for the promotion because you see the little icon in the bottom in the corner. So maybe that's who the owner is, maybe. Um, and this one, obviously, he's talking mad trash, but then Eddie Kingston does not like what he has to say, jumps him from behind, also talks some trash, is beating him while he has the microphone in his hand. The ref has to get him out of there. Match starts, and it's just they are mostly outside, like they're brawling. Eddie takes a chair, slams on the floor, like he's going wild. I don't exactly know what the beef was. Maybe they had a really big feud,
Yeah.
but Eddie was just mad as hell during this entire match. And it's kind of one sided too. But you see at the towards the end, it's like he goes for the his backstabber,
Yeah.
and then I guess Eddie sees it coming. And then meanwhile, there's a whole thing with there's this guy with a leather vest who was in it's so weird. There's a guy with a leather vest who was in there in the beginning, but then he ends up on the apron at the end to distract the ref, stops Carlito from winning, and then Eddie and he kicks him and he catches him with a low blow and pins him. So I think Carlito was screwed from the beginning.
There you go. All right. That's our wrestling retrospect. We'll have a new person at the end of the show. We go to the weekend wrestling. We kick off from Monday Night Raw. It was a really good Raw. I think I even said it was a S rank Raw. There was a lot of good story, and everything was building and building and building for Bad Blood. I think it's next Saturday. So, we kick off with the Bloodline, not the Bloodline, no fucking the Judgment Day. Wrong brand. Pretty much Liv and Dominic have a victory lap. Gets interrupted by Rhea Ripley. She indicates that she is clear for Bad Blood, and there's a lot of headbutts going on. She headbutt the shit out of her.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching How to Get Away with Murder with Jackie, and that's I sent that to her as like every time something happens, I said I want them to headbutt somebody, and like that's kind of what I want to see. So
Got you.
that's like that.
So I know that the thing that was the important announcement,
Yeah.
besides her leg being okay, was that Mysterio will be hung from a shark
Oh
cage.
yeah,
And
sell
I
them
think this is
toys.
the first time since Enzo, right? That they
Yeah.
use a shark cage?
No, I think. Yeah. No, Kevin Owens
I don't remember
with
that one.
Jericho.
I do not remember that. Okay.
I think they did it once in NXT too. I don't remember who. I don't remember who. But yeah, definitely selling them toys. I guess they should have a ring set for this now. Sell that ring. But yeah, he's gonna be in the Shark Tank, and he doesn't want to go back to jail. He doesn't want to get back. So like,
Behind bars? No.
yeah,
No bars for Dom.
no bars with no. He's claustrophobic. Anyway, Sami Zayn, Ludwig Kaiser happened. This also started with kind of a promo, and then ended up going into a match. Very good match. Zayn beats him.
This is more of Sammy trying to get a rematch or a new match with Gunther for the U.S., not the U.S.,
Yeah,
the world title.
yeah,
Uh, and then Gunther comes out and says, uh, no, and then walks away.
yeah.
Makes a big deal like he's gonna challenge him, and then says no. So
Um, we get some backstage stuff at the New Day. Kofi kind of gives him prep talk and stuff like that, and American Alpha interrupts. They line up going into a fight for later today. So it's gonna be American Alpha versus is American Made. American Alpha is the old tag team. Versus the New Day. Then we go to Dragon Lee versus Carlito. Solid match, very short, but solid. But it also
the
has
only
some
thing
more
I,
stuff.
the only thing I missed, I think that they missed the mark on was the fact that that's supposed to be a blood feud. Because remember, the whole reason that he's not in the LWO is because he beat the crap out of him
Yeah,
backstage and basically like took him out for a while.
yeah,
So I kind of think they didn't put enough like importance on the match.
yeah. I
Like it
felt like
just
it
ended
was
up
just
being
a
a
regular
regular
match.
match.
Yeah,
Although I will say he changed his finisher to something else now.
Yeah.
Now it's like a spin into like the almost like Kalisto's finisher. Like it spins into this the that type of
Oh,
what is
the
it?
drop. Yeah.
Yeah, the DDT.
Yeah.
So that looks cool.
Yeah. Because he was doing Naito's finisher for a bit. Um, moving on. We had the Miz have a promo backstage. Karen Cross also continues to tempt the Miz, but again, he's supposed to be set up for a match against Bronson Reed, but that didn't happen because Braun Strowman came out and destruction happened, and that's gonna lead into a last man standing match at Monday Night Raw.
I know they started the show with them still fighting.
Yeah.
We're living down. We're walking into the arena. Those
Mhm.
two crashed through some more stuff,
Yep.
and then this time like 75 security guards had to break it up.
Yeah.
So they teased the superplex to maybe the ring was gonna explode. I don't know,
Yeah. Maybe.
but hopefully this monster match it happens. Hopefully they put all the budget in.
Yeah.
I want to see fireworks. I want to see somebody explode into flames. I want to see the ring cave in. I want to see.
They're gonna like extra tighten the ring for that
I
match.
want to see the ref fall off the ring again. So I want
Like
to
fuck
see
off.
everything go crazy.
We got Drew McIntyre responding to CM Punk. Everything they do with this rivalry has been actually extremely good, and it makes me look forward to their fight. One of them has to die in the Hell in a Cell. I don't think no one should survive this match. They fucked each other over so many times. He talked mad shit about his dog the other day too. Well, he didn't talk shit about the dog. He talked shit about him, and then he's like, "Yeah, and your ugly, the dog is ugly too." And that's what he said. Look at that
And I know
flea-ridden
he basically
dirtbag.
said messing, following CM Punk back and forth is driving him crazy because his wife sees it. So,
Yeah,
so I guess this is the last one.
yeah,
And he says he promises to drag him to hell.
yep,
So I don't know if he's gonna win because CM Punk he's got stuff to do on NXT, man.
yeah.
He's got places to go.
Someone has to stay somehow.
I would
Um,
like it if he did win and he just replaced him.
yeah,
It was just
just
Drew
replace.
McIntyre
Yeah,
on NXT.
that'll be funny. Well, most of the stuff that he's doing is this week and not like next week. So
Well, remember he's supposed to be
yeah, on
taking
Tuesday.
a little. No, I'm talking about later on. He's
Oh
supposed to
yeah,
be
yeah,
like taking, I guess maybe a teaching role or something.
yeah, yeah.
Before it's just Drew
He
McIntyre.
could still cheat in a body cast.
That'd be funny.
He just seems like Hannibal Lecter, like stood up. Anyway, we go. That was actually a great promo though. Then we go Damage Control versus Unholy Union. Very short match, but kind of got the Damage Control back on our winning streak. Going for the tag titles. You also had Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill at the on the on the side of the ring doing their talking shit.
No, they were out there in the beginning.
Yeah,
They were in the back, like wishing them good luck.
yeah. There you go. Like,
The match was pretty solid. The thing I mentioned is that Kyrie was just they were just cheering for her, and as far as I'm concerned, they didn't make damage control good guys.
uh-huh.
So I noticed that like right away. I was like, why are they cheering for her? I'm like, well, you just can't stop. You can't stop it, no matter how
Yeah,
evil they portray her.
yeah,
The stuff she does, it just makes people want to cheer for her anyway.
yeah.
So
It's funny too because even when they were doing the heel things, she would get caught doing babyface stuff, and then she has to like kind of like play it off. Like
so
if the camera catches her like signing her autograph, she like throws the pen or some shit.
hmm
um, again, it did the job. It did the match did the job it needed to do. Keeping that tag team storyline going on. They announced on Friday that Jay Cargill and Bianca Belair is going to be hosting Bad Blood, so it might add something to it. The New Day versus American Made. Very good match. Very good back and forth. A lot of good storyline going into this as well. You see also the aggressiveness of Xavier Woods. That was actually fucking dope as hell. Really good match. American Made needs to get wins up, so I think the win off of the New Day helps. But also, there's a lot of story going on with Kofi and Xavier that I'm actually really excited about too. So, and then Woods versus Rey Mysterio next week. That's gonna be fucking good.
Yeah, but I don't know what's going on with Woods because in this match he was not focused.
Yeah,
He was aggressive, but he wasn't focused because he lost the match
yeah,
because he got distracted by Gable,
mhm,
threw him in the ring like an idiot, which you know you're not supposed to do that,
yeah,
and then American Made KO'd his ass. So now he's falling apart. He has nobody to blame but himself. So let's see what happens next week.
yeah. But him versus Rey Mysterio, I'm actually
That,
that's gonna be a
that kind
really
of
good
doesn't make
match.
sense.
Yeah.
He should be fighting Gable, but it is what it
Well,
is.
Kofi's fighting Gable though.
That makes even less sense.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it is what it is.
yeah. I actually, again, this is a match that I never thought I would actually see is Rey versus Xavier, so I'm actually happy about that.
But it should have happened a long time ago. That's weird.
Ray wasn't there when they were the heel New Day,
Yeah, but he's been back for years, and
but they've
and
been
Woods.
they both been
No,
baby
I'm just saying
faces
he's
though.
been there for years, and Woods has been doing lots of single stuff
Oh
for
no,
like at least 2 years.
they fought the New Day for the tag titles.
I don't even mean that.
I
Woods
think
has
they
been
did
doing
it.
single stuff since he's been out.
Yeah.
They don't have to be two bad guy, a good guy and a bad guy to fight.
That's the thing. A lot of the time they do that, and again, we will love to see the matchups because again, when Xavier fought Riddle was a babyface as well. So, but I just think they just didn't cross paths at the moment, like, or they just didn't have the moments to cross paths because even in the tournaments that they were all in, he didn't cross paths with Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio got eliminated by because I think the King of the Ring. Ray was out the first round because of interference and shit. That
Mm-hmm,
the one that Xavier won.
mm-hmm.
So we're gonna see it next week. I hope they give it time. I actually hope it's actually a match and not one just like fucking it up. I actually want to see a match. I could see Xavier costing Kofi the match with Gable, or not showing up to help him. It's gonna be one of those two.
I guess he Cross out there because he got something to do.
Yeah, he's
He
gonna be the
needs
third
something to do.
unofficial third member.
He needs something to do.
And then our main event is the Intercontinental Championship. We have Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker. Hell of a match, hell of a main event, and we have a new Intercontinental Champion in Jey Uso.
I appreciate it. I'm not sure I agree with it, but I appreciate it because at least the match was very good.
It was really good. I don't feel that Braun it wasn't what was it's I think it's fine. I have a feeling it's gonna be bounce back and forth though. I think Jay's gonna have a run. I don't think it's gonna be that long. I think him and Braun are gonna probably hot potato that tag title or that IC title a little bit because they actually have like history and rivalry there. I actually like that. I'm fine with the belt hot potatoing if as long as it makes sense and it goes with the story. If it like I could see them going back and forth with the IC title. I could even see like a third or fourth person going into that as well. I could actually see Xavier eventually being the heel against Jay. That'd be fucking awesome. So there's a lot of good stuff with that, and I'm happy that he finally actually got the title and actually won a championship. I do give WWE credit a bit now is the fact that they've been highlighting the mid card titles more on the TV shows. I wish they go on to PLEs, but they kind of highlight them more on the TV shows. So like the US and the IC's been being defended, but it's been defended on the Raw or SmackDown. They haven't really got a pay per view in a bit. So I wish that more for a pay per view and shit.
I don't. My so is there a reason they supposed to be on a pay per view? Because like, isn't that the whole point of the big boy championship?
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like the world titles are the ones that are on the PLEs and stuff like that, and maybe the biggest storylines. Those are the ones that usually go on the PLE. But they still have those minor storylines that they keep building, and they've just been doing it on the TV show, which I think is perfectly fine. Like the IC title, seeing the IC title being defended more on Raw, I'm 100% happy with that. So
I'm just like, no, I just see a lot of people like, why is this on a TV? And I'm like, well, you don't want good matches on TV? I'm trying to
yeah,
understand the mindset.
it
Like,
reminds me of the like it reminds me of a bit
are
of like
people
WCW TV
just too
title.
spoiled? I don't understand.
Yeah,
Like, are people just too spoiled? I don't like. You take a good match when you get it.
exactly. I'm fine with whatever to give. Yeah,
Because I'd rather have the belt be defended than it just sit stagnant on somebody's shoulder for like weeks and weeks.
yeah, because they even did it with Gunther. Gunther defended the IC title mostly on Raw. He didn't like he had some PLEs, but he defended mostly on Raw.
Hmm.
So I'm fine with that. As long as we get some title bouts, I'm fine with that. Like keep the I like you're not gonna get world title matches all the time on Raw. So you're gonna give the IC, you give the tag, you give the women's title a play on that, and maybe a women's mid card title eventually. But I think you have a lot of stuff to build on the shows, and you still have your main storylines being built as well. So I think they're doing great with it. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the IC title and US title being like directly defended on the main shows, on the TV shows. All right. Monday Night Raw, where you give it?
I'll give it a solid A.
I'm gonna go A plus. The IC title match. I thought it was really great, and just seeing him win finally the singles gold, I was just happy. So that kind of gives more points. I love the Xavier Woods stuff. I love the New Day stuff, and it's a minor story, but it's becoming one of my favorite stories going on right now because Xavier's really selling it extremely well. So um, NXT. NXT, we kick off with the North American Women's Championship. Kaliana Jordan versus Raren Sinclair. Though the match was solid, Jordan wins.
I like Britain's offense. I like uh what Kalani does in the ring. Was she dressed for like the New York Jets or something? shouldn't
She looked
she have
like the colors, right?
yeah, shouldn't she have lost in that
Yeah,
case? um but the only thing I thought was a little wonky, but again it kind of makes sense is it makes sense and it doesn't. Is the
yeah,
fact that the three guys were out there cheering her on, and then when it came for them to do something to help her, they end up getting dived on
yeah,
by her, which I guess is like when you see the character interactions with them on the show,
yeah,
it makes sense that she would be the one to mess it up.
yeah.
So
I agree. You got Grayson Waller effect, featuring Fraxium. That's what they're called now. I don't like it. Anyway, I thought it was good. Led into a match though, and the match I thought was pretty solid.
I think it
But that
was
was later
probably
on.
the best promos that those two have had together
Yeah,
since they've been together. I'm talking about Waller and Theory
yeah,
because they were talking mad shit. And Theory, he was upset. He seemed genuinely upset. He was like, "You guys keep talking shit. I'm gonna beat the
yeah,
I'm gonna beat the brakes off you."
yeah,
So I would appreciate him to keep that energy.
yeah,
Um, although I don't, I do like the character flaw of anytime somebody says, "Hey man, how come your name's not on this?" That he always turns it to a, "Yeah, wait a second, how come my name is not on it?" And so it kind of keeps that persistent Theory character of him being a little bit of a dummy,
yeah,
easy to manipulate,
yeah,
which I think might factor into the match.
yeah,
So my prediction though, I think they're gonna keep the tag titles.
yeah. We got Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus Hank Walker and Tank Ledger. Hank and Tank won. Sloppy match though, but
I
they
don't
won.
know why they won. Like why these guys out here beating the club? What's going on?
Yeah,
Shout out to the club too, because they just got their podcast back. They
yeah,
talking shop.
nice.
Check that out.
Lexus
But
King.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah. So Lexus King versus Oro Mesa. That
That
was a
was
solid
a
match.
match. He was fighting. They
Yeah.
was swinging.
Yep.
I think you gotta give him credit. They was swinging, and Oro again. I think he's extremely underrated.
Yeah,
Like I like Lexus King. He's a good personality, but I think Orleans is just underrated.
yeah, I agree. I think they're starting to build him though. I like where he's going because seeing the Dar is hurt again as well, so you could focus on him.
Well, he
Uh,
never came back, right?
Dar?
Yeah, he didn't come back since Aura like had the championship match and whatnot with
No, he's been
what's
out.
his name?
Yeah, he's been injured.
You said again. I'm like, no, he don't tell me he
No,
came back and got
till
hurt again.
Dar comes back. I meant.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
We had like a workout uh video of Tony D'Angelo setting up for Obafemi. I found that hilarious.
Not Rocky enough.
Not rocky enough. The Miz offered the Miz TV to Don and Femi next week, so that we gonna have that.
Hmm.
You got Ridge Holland versus Riley Osborne with the Hale.
I like where the story's going. He's just slowly beating the crap out of all of them. Although he didn't put the guy down, so
No,
he ended up trying to jump him from behind.
yeah.
So
Thea Hale challenges Ridge Holland to a cage match.
I hope they do it.
She was like, "Give me what I want." The Batista voice.
I hope they do it. I hope they do it.
We got Wendy Chu and Rosemary versus Carmen Petrick and Reese Braley Reese.
Hmm.
Uh, Solid match.
They just beat them girls' asses. That's what they did.
That's what they did. But then we had yeah, the Tam Paxley and stuff going.
But that was because, but they
Yeah,
did get to him because Ashante was out there
yeah,
causing
yeah,
trouble.
yes.
Because the other girls they dissed him when he was in the back. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot about him. The new HBK persona.
he's all thirsty, man.
Yep.
So the guy.
You got A Town Down Under versus Javon Evans and Cedric Alexander. Thought the match was good. A Town Down Under
Hmm.
wins. It was good.
Yep. Solid match.
Young OG is about to get RKO the shit out of. So prepare that
Soon,
neck.
soon. What is it? 2 weeks?
Yeah. Next
Yes,
week.
sir.
Next Tuesday. No, 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 his is 2 weeks. Yeah, you're correct. Next Tuesday. Because the Punk is next this Tuesday.
Hmm.
And the
And then they
Miz.
showed Stephanie Vaquer
Yes.
just a little bit.
Yes, and the final conference between Roxanne Perez and Julia Viciem Punk. Doing it, Julia. You know, this is something that kind of bothers me, and I love Funaki, but he has as bad English as Julia does.
Yeah, but at least what he does is funny.
Yeah, but other than that, like I feel like I was talking to the Dominion about it because he's like, oh, is this gonna prevent her from pushes? I'm like, how? Asuka was a champion for like 5 years. Like, there's things that as long as they work with the character, like she looks like the superstar she is. So I'm not. I'm like the language barrier won't really won't really affect her. And the same thing with Steph Valkyria. She doesn't have a really strong English as well. She speaks very little English. So, but anyway, I'm excited for that match. I think that's gonna be really good. And then Valkyria coming in. I wonder if she gonna be next week.
Hmm.
But that women's division is on fire right now. Like, they got a lot of talent right now.
Yep, they have from new to like I guess this most season is what Chelsea,
Yeah,
because I know Michin still she's still not friends with what's her name, uh, Miss Parker.
yeah.
So
But you got that division's getting very, like, it's gonna be on fire right like very soon. And then you also have the build up too, like Soroko doing TNA, yeah, Jordan Grace doing NXT, and them showing up there. Tatum Paxley's kind of picking it up. So they have a great roster. I would like to see more from Lash Legend. I would like to see her get more single stuff because I think she has potential as well. Then you have the new trio, the toxic wannabes, the fatal influence, toxic. Traction Saint. I feel like they're the same tag team, but
Where's Georgina? That's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
I have a feeling we might see her in TNA, just because the last storyline was with Andrea Grace. So I have a feeling I think she may return there. But yeah. NXT, where you give it?
Give it a B plus.
I go B plus there. I'm looking forward to the match, Julian Roxanne Perez though. I think that's
Hmm.
gonna be a really strong match. All right, we go to AEW Dynamite. This was Grand Slam. This was also in Queens in New York. We kick off with Brian Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness.
I didn't see all of the build up to it. I know there wasn't much, but I also did not get to check out the Ring of Honor stuff, so I might
This,
actually do that.
yeah, this match was worth a watch. I think it was a great technical match. It was nice
No, no,
seeing.
I
Yeah.
saw this match.
Okay.
I'm talking about the stuff that it makes up the history for it.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have that. Like, oh my God, these
Yeah.
guys. I just like Nigel because Nigel is Nigel. That's
Yeah. Yeah. Very good match.
like, so I don't have that. But it was, yes, I thought it was good. I like to see that from apparently him coming back from an injury also that stopped him from wrestling. You could see that he was sharp,
Yeah.
and I like that. But you could also see that he was now was his thing him being a super technical guy.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's what I saw, and I
A
was like,
mix of
all
that
right,
and
good,
British
good.
strong style. So I'll say like a mix of Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. That was kind of his
Oh, he was
style.
like Regal,
Yeah. Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Very
Okay,
heavy. It's a Regal. Yeah.
so there you go, and that's why I like what I saw,
Is there a reason why Kip Sabian stole the pen from Christian Cage?
because they keep sunning him in the back.
Oh, okay.
He mess up because whatchamacallit specifically, the first son of the patriarchy
Yeah.
keeps messing with him.
Oh, okay.
And they keep talking about, I don't care if your father's dead.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. So that ended up backfiring, which I thought was, again, it's not like that was on a secondary show. That was on Dynamite last week.
I did not, wasn't paying attention then.
So it's not like you had to look at a third or fourth show to see that.
That's why I
So,
just asking for the contents because I had no clue why he was there.
and it was funny.
Yeah.
So, but you also get the story of the two guys standing there looking at him, grilling him, like, you better not.
Yeah.
Don't you do it. Still need to see Pac with a shirt on.
Yeah.
Just put a shirt on, man.
Yeah. Hook versus Roderick Strong for the FTW Championship. Hook wins. Thought it was solid.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match. I thought Roddy put him through his paces. Um, and the Hook showed that he can beat a man's ass.
Yeah.
Because usually it's a one-sided affair. This was less one-sided.
Yeah.
But I don't understand the deal with the Kingdom,
Yeah.
them leaving him alone at the end. I
I
don't
don't know
understand.
either. It is what it is. FCW's title is retired after this match.
I would have liked if they had a little more pomp and circumstance and like had a little vignette later on in the show of them driving to the Elks Lodge or something like that.
Yeah.
Because again, you hear about it, but
Yeah.
uh,
I don't
I'm
think they
sure.
could. I don't think they could show anything of footage
No,
of
I'm
it.
just sure
But
a lot
yeah.
of people don't haven't seen that place because
Yeah.
again, that's from like a long time
I
ago.
don't even think it's still open.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
so. I've been to a ECW event there once, and that was years. I was really young, and it was insane.
Hmm.
The Young Bucks versus Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher.
That was a good match. I liked it. Um, I liked I liked more of the dichotomy of having to deal with the influence of freaking Don Callis on his partner.
Yeah.
Like just you saw how on point they were because remember they were a trio.
Yeah.
The big man is out,
Mhm.
so they can go as a team and whatnot. And then obviously the Bucks are ridiculous as a
Yeah.
team. But like I like that it came down to, hey man, he's in the Don Callis family, right?
Mhm.
So you gotta keep your eye on him.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, they would have won. They would have won.
You should have stabbed him in the eye.
If he would have let him stab him, they
Yep.
would have won.
There you go.
So
Good match. Good story, I guess. And then Fletcher and Osprey, they kind of had like a little thing in after the end of the match as well because of the screwdriver. Mariah May versus Yuka Sakakazi.
ay 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 ay. Shout outs to Tama Tonga.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw that. Somebody spliced it together with
yeah,
him saying that what he said last week.
yeah,
Oh my god, it's so crazy. Um, I'm mad. I'm mad she didn't beat her up after the match because she just
yeah.
so she beat her. She cheated, right? Well, she didn't really cheat. She caught her out of nowhere. She was gonna attack her from behind at the end of the match,
Yep.
and then Mina came out. But I'm
Well,
mad
Willow came out
because
for the save, and then
though I know Willow got the drive by
yeah,
instead of the other girl. But I'm so mad that she just stopped running when Mina was there. Like,
yeah,
well, don't stop running, chase her, beat her ass. What the hell? She's not your friend.
yeah,
Like, because you both Japanese, it's just like, oh, I see you.
yeah.
No, go beat that girl's ass.
It was good,
But yeah, it
solid.
was a solid match.
And then the main event was John Moxley versus Darby Allin. Moxley wins and
Personally, I
gets
think that was the best match of the night. They
yeah,
beat the brakes off each other.
yeah,
Like Darby, you know what? Shout outs to that crowd for saying you can't kill him. Like they was trying.
yeah,
Moxley was trying.
yep,
Marina
yep,
Shafir was trying,
yep.
and they didn't kill him.
And then you had an update of Swerve with MVP.
I'd like to see where that's going.
Yep,
He says he wants to talk business, and
there
that's
you
the
go.
magic word.
Yep, yep. Um, Dynamite, where you give it?
All right, I'll give it a B plus. I thought it was a very good show. I like every match was solid. Was more than solid. I think the most whatever was probably the women's,
Yeah,
and then that wasn't even bad. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But then again, it had one really good match. In my opinion, that last match, like again, I didn't have the feelings for the first one. I was just happy to see Nigel in the ring. That's it.
yeah. I thought it was good. All right. We go to Friday Night SmackDown. Oh, you wanted you saw TNA, right?
I didn't see the entire show, but you talk about the. I saw most of it.
Yeah. We had the kickoff match, which was Jordan Grace and Sol Roca versus Wendy Chu and Rosemary. Really solid match.
Hmm. And I'm glad they're staying as a tag team on both shows.
Yeah.
So that's some cohesiveness I need. Also, I'm kind of sad. Again, Grace said that was her best friend. Her friend was Georgina.
She has a lot of best friends because every single person she announces is her best friend.
You know what's funny? Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah,
That's
every
true.
single person she announced is her best friend. Josh Grisham versus Laredo Kid. That was actually a
That
really
was
good
good.
match.
That was really good. That was really
Um,
good.
Santana starts a brawl in the system locker room. That was actually pretty good. The storyline they're saying with him is actually pretty solid.
Hmm.
Zachary Wentz and ABC versus Leon Slater, Kushida, and Speedball.
Yeah, that
My
was a dope
only
match.
comment about Leo Slater looks like a creative wrestler.
My only thing about him was he had the same colors as ABC. So
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm confused. Which side are you on?
like his gear all looks like something of a person that would put on a creative wrestler.
True that. True that.
Other than that, he was
He's to
pretty
keep the do
good.
rag on.
It was solid. It was solid.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing negative to say. He had like some of this I guess you could say the spots of the night when
Yeah,
he did that flip over the post and landed on his feet, bruh. Come on, man,
yeah.
get out of here.
Vince Cutter is
Put
fucking
some
awesome.
put some respect on his name. Yeah, yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, Li Ying Lee defeat High
Hmm.
End. Zai Lee debuts in TNA and solid match.
It
Um,
was. I have a problem with it because it was presented pretty much the same way as her regular matches were in WWE when she was on the main roster. It was short and it was like you could tell she was gonna win. And
yeah,
it's like that's not. She needs to get away from that.
Yeah,
Like it wasn't really an even back and forth from that match. It was more one sided than it should have been. Again, because I remember we did a retrospect on High End, and
yeah,
she's really good, and I
yeah,
think she needs to shine like more
yeah.
than she did.
I think when she actually starts like competing with the people that are in TNA instead of like that was supposed to be like a enhanced match because she's the girl that she fought is not a big a name at yet in TNA. I think she did a couple like enhanced matches, but that's about it.
Hey, listen, when you get the endorsement of Jordan Grace,
Yeah,
that says something. So regardless of if she's a big name or not, people recognize her skill.
yeah. But I look forward to see her when she actually starts competing against some of the TNA people as well, like her versus Slamovich. I want to see.
I just want Xia Li to not have the same type of matches she was having.
I get you. I understand. I agree too. We had Josh Alexander, Sinner, and Saint attack Eric Young and Steve McLean. Monster Ball match added to Bound for Glory, so it was Matt Cardona versus PCO in a Monster Ball match.
You better be careful. You might get hurt again.
Yep, yep.
Don't mess with PCO.
You have Heather Reckless. She defeats Zaya Brookside, and then Asher Alexander took her behind and took her with her, and they're gonna give her a makeover.
Who's getting the makeover?
Uh, Heather Reckless.
Really? That
Yes,
should be interesting.
she's teaming with them. And then the main event was Joe Henry versus Frankie Kazarian for the title shot at Bound for Glory, and Joe Henry wins.
I'm
Very good
surprised.
match too.
Okay.
TNA, I'll give it definitely a B plus. It was a really solid show.
Mm. Mm.
Then we go to Friday Night SmackDown, and we kick off with Randall Randall, and then he has Cody Rhodes come out. They talk about him teaming up with Roman, and then Kevin Owens comes out, and then the Bloodline come out, and then it goes into a whole little thing.
I love the unintentional humor of every time he's about to have a conversation, somebody cuts him off.
Yep. Um, what else we got? Then we go to Bailey versus Naomi for number one contender at Bad Blood. Very solid match. Bailey wins.
I'm mad. I wanted Naomi to win that match so bad.
Yeah.
Just saying. She's out there putting on bangers. That was a really good match.
Yep. Yep. Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes.
That was ridiculous.
My back broke.
That might be my that might be my match of the week. That
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah, that power slam was crazy.
Power slam, that putter, that reversal in the air,
Yeah.
dude. Yo, Carmelo's out there doing some stuff people just ain't doing.
I
Come
think
on.
he tied up, so now they're 3-3.
Yes, thanks to Los Angeles Knights. Yes.
Yes. LA Knight interfered. And then they go into something backstage as well. They're yelling at each other there. So Mi Chen versus Piper Nevins. Yim wins and defeats Nevins.
Unfortunately, the cheating backfired because Amelia was hiding the garbage can.
Yeah.
Oh, just remember that the garbage can does 10 times damage when you run into it. So
Yep. I'm actually looking forward to the trash match because you had a second video of Chelsea Green training for the trash match.
I love Corey Graves giving Michael Cole shit
Yeah.
for being happy that she's gonna be in a dumpster match.
And then we have Randy Orton, Kevin Owens versus Solo Sakura, and Jacob Fatu. Good match. Solo and Fatu win. Then you have Cody come in, and
Well,
Cody
that
Owens
yeah,
get mad, and there was a lot of shit going on. There was a whole bunch of
but
shit going on.
it was more that they used Cody to win the match
Yes.
because and then KO saw what he saw and was like, "What the hell's going on?" So
Yeah.
that stirring the pot.
Yep. Yep. That's the end of SmackDown. What you give SmackDown?
SmackDown, I give it an A.
Give it A too. It was a solid show.
My only gripe is Naomi should have won. I said it.
I would have passed. I think it was either one, but I get that because Naomi hasn't had the title shot yet, and she's been involved with that storyline as well. So I did see Collision. You watch any of Collision?
No, I stopped watching wrestling after SmackDown.
Okay. I'll say Sierra I can't even say that. Paige versus Jamie Hayter. That was a solid match. The one thing I'll say with AEW, all the matches seem like there's no DQ because they be using weapons out of the blue every single match.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the Learning Tree versus Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly. That match happened. Learning Tree won. You had Jack Perry open challenge and he fought Suzuki.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then now his next match is gonna be against Sabata.
Oh
Uh,
well. Okay.
Claudio, Pac, and Wheeler. They beat Private Party and Yuta and Commander.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Hologram versus Beast Mortis versus Rasico, and Hologram did win that match. Then you had Adam Page versus Jeff Jarrett. Page won that match. And then Okada versus Guevara, and Okada won that match. Very predictable card, but it was okay show. I'll give it a B.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then now we go into podcasts we listen to. Uh, I did listen to Van Vliet. He has Sean Spears on. That was actually a good conversation. I think he has Trick Williams this week.
Oh, okay. I did hear
And he had Ethan Page.
two Ethan Page interviews, the Busted Open one and Van Vliet one.
Nice. He was on Van Vliet, and then Sean Spears. That was actually a good conversation as well. And I think Trick Williams he has next week, and another NXT person. He has like a couple NXT people next week, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
And also shout out to Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. They always have some good stuff and talking about all the new stuff coming out and how much Matt Cardona is going to beat PCO's ass. He did talk a lot of shit about PCO on that cast after buying his figure too. Anyway, and last but not least, we have the wrestling retrospect. Who is your pick?
You know what? This one I'm gonna go for the missing woman. Ariana Grace's supposed best friend, Georgina.
Georgina.
Gigi Dolan. We didn't do her right.
Uh, uh, no, we didn't. I'm surprised we haven't. I thought we did.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Gigi Dolan it is. Priscilla Kelly, Gigi Dolan,
Georgina.
Gigi Dolan. All right, that's our pick. All right, we wrap this up. This is the Wrestling Babble podcast. Thank you for listening. I am Mark the Mike. Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitch, and TikTok. All Mark the Mike. Also follow Red Cycling Link.
Yeah, make sure you follow us anywhere and everywhere. Website Clinic. As Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, and we got a WordPress. So check it out.
Yep. Thank you for listening, and we'll be out back next week. Peace out, laters, and always remember follow the Jinkies.
He's hungry.
We could probably do bad blood predictions. No, actually we passed. We would be bad blood review because that would be done by then. All right,
Mhm.
peace out, laters, and